What up, everybody? Welcome to the nutrition series 7 of 7. So, this today, what I'm going to talk to you guys about is how to customize your nutrition past that first initial phase. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to show you exactly what I did with my coach and how we did that and kind of the three different phases we go with our customized coaching clients. And all of that. All right. So if you remember, so starting back on the first day, right? I shared with you stories on how if you want a result, you have to focus on the nutrition. I showed you how I worked out nonstop for 5 years with no results, changed my nutrition, got results in 3 months. And then I kept going with that same exact exercise, but I slacked on the nutrition and then lost those results, right? I guess I have visuals here. So if you remember, I talked about how I went from there to there. And then still exercising the exact same, I went back to that because my nutrition slacked. But then again, exercising the exact same thing, changed my nutrition. I went back to that. All right. And then on day 2, we talked about protein, told you how to be intentional with your protein. Day 3, we talked about carbs, how carbs are great for you. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today as well. When you see how much I actually ate and the results I got, it's pretty cool. Then we talked about fat. Then we brought it all together on a basic meal plan. Really, the meal plan that got me my first result. And again, so many of you could stop right there, and that will work. But at some point, it's going to become hard either with your lifestyle or you're just not going to keep getting the results you want. And that's what happened to me. And then that's where we went to the macronutrient side of meal planning that we talked about yesterday. And that's what really got me to this result. Not only to this result, but it showed me how to keep this result without guessing. I had a question from one of my clients today, like what's really the big difference from those two meal plans? She's like, it looks like the exact same. And yeah, like as far as like the foods you choose and things like that, it is the exact same. Just one of them with the macronutrient counting, it's more precise and it allows you to have a little bit more freedom. But again, it shows you exactly what you're eating to get the result you want, so then you could keep that result. And so, because I remember like if you follow the first the first meal plan that I talked about, there's nothing wrong with it. But for me, what happened was I would get so much like anxiety, not knowing it was really anxiety at the time, but looking back, I'd get so much kind of like anxiety about always having to eat the healthiest foods, having to time my meals properly. I couldn't go out to eat without really feeling bad and things like that. And when I wanted to look my best, I never truly knew exactly what I was doing to look my best. It was just kind of guessing, right? Almost guessing, but I mean there was some knowledge behind it, but it felt like guessing to me. And now, when I talked about the meal planning yesterday with the macronutrients and how I got this result, I knew exactly why I got this result, how I got this result, and it was easy for me to maintain this for so long. All right, and so I'm going to show you. So yesterday I showed you kind of the basic steps. We talked about your basal metabolic rate. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should kind of start off at 2,000 calories. What up, Andy? And then I had another question. Someone texted me like, "Hey, I have a client that's 400 pounds. Does that mean she needs to eat 4,000 calories?" Honest, no, definitely not, right? The highest, if your goal is weight loss, the highest I would start you at is like I told her just start her at 2,000. Honestly, she'll probably need like 25, 2,600. So I have a guy right now. I was just coaching him. He is down 49 pounds as of today. It's only been 3 months, and he's eating 2,600 calories. I have it right here. He is the plan I gave him today, because every time he loses weight, which I'm going to show you with my mine that I'm going to show you, every time he's consistent and drops weight, we keep raising the calories. And he's been doing this for 12 weeks and he's lost 50 pounds. And he's eating, the plan today, he's eating 290 to 300 grams of carbs, 50 to 60 fat, 210 to 220, and he's down 49 pounds. I believe when he started, he was eating like 22-ish 100 calories, and now he's at 2640 and down 50 pounds. It's pretty incredible. So don't think that any of that is bad. So hopefully you guys are realizing that it's okay to eat food. You don't need to starve yourself to lose weight. In fact, that's the last thing that you should be doing. All right. So after you get your initial phase, yesterday, this is another way. I'm gonna share my screen now. This is another way that you could track your food, and customize it. So this is exactly what we do with our customized coaching clients. So you're in for a treat, and I'm just gonna show you what it was between me and my coach. Okay, so you get the background. You get to see how unsuccessful I am at times, or how successful. So this is the sheet that I used with my coach. And so as you can see down here, this is the calibration phases. So what they do is 2 weeks of calibration phases, what I always try to do with my clients as well. And what that means is for 2 weeks straight, no eating out, no drinking alcohol. That was the main thing. And for me, I was at this point in my life, I wasn't a big drinker, but I always had like 1 or 2 beers on the weekend. Like literally that's it, like 1 or 2. And I was like, okay, that'll be easy. And I didn't realize how hard it was for me not to have those 1 or 2 beers. It's insane. But for 2 weeks straight, no eating out and no drinking alcohol, and then just tracking every single thing that you eat so we could see exactly what your body is eating. And so as you can see right here, so this was my weight. I started out at 206. I don't think I have, the dates will come later. Oh, right here. So 10:30. So I started this almost 2 years exactly. On this Friday or Saturday, on this Saturday, it'll be two years since I started doing this. So I've been tracking my food for like 2 years. So if it seems easy to me when I was doing it for you guys on the last videos, it's because I've been doing it for 2 years. That's the only reason. But I struggled just as much as you guys do in the beginning. And so here it is. He gave me 0 goals. So like yesterday I said, start with your basal metabolic rate. That's one way. Here's the other way you could do it. Have 0 goals, eat exactly how you've been eating, or eat exactly how you plan on eating the rest of your life, and just track it. So that's what we did for me. He's like, I don't want you to change anything about your eating. Just don't eat out, don't drink alcohol, and just track exactly what you're eating. And so without really knowing exact how much I was eating, this is what happened on a day-to-day basis. My protein was anywhere from, on the low end, 160s, 156, on the high end, 194, which was eye-opening to me because I thought I was always eating 200 grams of protein. Here I am. Some days I was only eating 150. Carbs ranged anywhere from 195 to 235 at this moment. And then my fat range anywhere from 35 to sometimes 90 or 108. So as you can see, like if you don't track your food, like you're gonna be all over the place, and that's why like your weight is all over the place as well. So these are the calories that I ate. So I ate as low as 1,900 calories on some days and as high as pretty much 2,600 calories on other days. So 600 calorie differences within the weeks. All right. And again, that's why your weight fluctuates, is because your calories fluctuate. So what he did, so he did this for 2 weeks, but I think he pretty much gave me a number to hit after week 1. And these were my averages. So on average, I ate about 170 grams of protein, 220 grams of carbs, and 80 grams of fat. So I believe that's kind of like the first averages he gave me, was like, all right, now your goal is to hit these numbers. And so as you can see, my goal for 80 grams of fat, I did good, bad, goodish, bad, goodish. Same thing for carbs. I was supposed to be consistent and all that stuff, right? But ultimately, he said, if you don't hit your macros, stay within your calories, which was around 2,200 calories. I did good except for Sunday, pretty much. All right. But as you can see, even staying within my except that day too, calorie range, I started losing weight. I started 206. Now it's 202. So 4 pounds in 1 week. Going down, had 2,600 calories. My scale went up. And then started dropping again. So this is why it's also important. Like, that's why you get your weight. It's not so much for the emotions and to see it constantly go down, but to see what food does to your body. All right, so there's my first 2 weeks. And so now, pretty much he keeps giving me goals. He's like, all right, you lost weight. Let's raise the calories. So it was probably like around 2,300 calories because you're consistent, you lose weight. Consistent, you lose weight. And here's my notes for him. Yeah, so I make the same excuses. I was helping my brother move all day. I turned down pizza and beer, but then that night I ate 1,000 calorie Panda Express. And then ate great all day, and the wife made me eat out at night. So what happens to you happens to all of us. It's okay to mess up every now and then, as long as you don't blame other people like I did. And then so goal for fat was being consistent. I'm super high in fat. Like looking back, because like one of my meals was like eggs with cheese and avocado, like avocado burrito every day, and like it's just loaded in fat. Not that any of that was bad fat, but it's really high in fat. Carbs still all over the place, and my calories were really bad this week as well. So he probably had me stay the same because I wasn't consistent. And then I started he gave me a little talking to, and I'm starting to get a little bit more consistent now that you can see, right? And you see my weight dropping. Now I'm down to 199, 200 to 199. This is week 2, so it's about week 4, including the calibration phases. So week 4, I'm down 6 pounds, right? So week 1, I was down 4 pounds. 3 weeks later, I only dropped another 2 pounds. So that's good to know, because a lot of times people will look at that like, oh, I hit a plateau. I dropped 4 pounds. Why did I only lose 2 pounds now over a 3-week period, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's all about progress and knowing why your body is doing what it's doing, okay? Again, how many of you would have seen a 4-pound drop in 1 week and then a 2-pound drop over the course of 3 weeks and think something is wrong and thinking you need to try something different or just quit altogether? It's okay. Everyone has. And then go into week 3. So this is pretty much what we did throughout the whole time. So he gave me numbers to hit. If I hit them consistently and I lost weight, we would raise the calories. Hit them consistent, lose weight, raise the calories. So Thanksgiving week, I didn't track at all on those days, so we didn't do anything. And then so we did this over. Let me see. Let me try to find before I went into my cut. Boom, boom, boom. Week 13. Fat 100. Birthday. Oh, I got all the excuses. Hold on, I'm trying to find out where I actually made my, so right here. So he made me, 99. So probably right about here. So this is where I made my cut. So 2 weeks plus 11, so 12, 13 weeks into my program. So, all right, here I am. Again, I started at 206. I was eating about 220 grams of carbs. Now I'm eating 330 grams of carbs, right? And now I'm 192 to 193. So I dropped 14 pounds, right? 12 to 14 pounds in a 12 to 13 week period, raising my calories. Now I'm eating 2,600-ish calories on average every single day, when before it's 2,200. So now we did this for 2 weeks, I remember. So even right here as well. Yep. So we did this for 2 weeks and my weight kind of stayed the same. So I was like, all right, now that we found your level, now let's go into a cut. So I went from eating 2,600 calories, and then this jerk made me go down to 1,600 calories. There you go. Started cut. And I think this was Super Bowl. Whoops. And so my goal was to eat 100 grams of carbs now, 175 protein, and then 65-ish fat. So as you can see, I still mess up every now and then. Didn't track it all there. Mayhem. Oh man, I was a bad student. No wonder why he yelled at me so much. But eventually, as you can see, so now I'm 189. I'm in the 180s, 189, 190, down 16 pounds total. And then eventually, hopefully I find it, eventually I just really started taking off with it. 88, 87. So now what we're doing is starting to raise my calories slowly, so I'm not starving again. 3, 4. So I think this is right here, or the next one. I started my second 3 months with him, and I took it a lot more serious because it was like a challenge where you could win money. And I actually won $5,000 for Best Transformation, and you're going to see why right here. He gave me the targets to hit, body weight workouts. This was during COVID. I didn't have access to even my gym at this time. So I was all working out from home as well. And so he gave me targets to hit. I believe this was like 50 or 55, somewhat good. 150, as you can see, it's a lot closer, just messed up on that day. And then definitely for sure, the challenge started this week. So it was pretty much just jumping on board. So look at that, 50s all the way across, 180-ish, 175 all the way across, 175 pretty much all the way across. Only a little bit off day was Sunday. I like to go out on Sundays. And then I took it even more serious. So here we go, all the way through, except that one Saturday. Oh, that can't be right. Something happened wrong. Oh, just kidding. Just wanted to make sure you saw my high carb day. Oh yeah, so he started giving me a high carb day. Wow, what did I eat that day? I'll look back on that. And then he's like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do high carb days. So these 1 days are high carb days. So I had 175 was my goal, and then do that. So overall, what I'm showing you is, again, so what we did, step one was eat whatever you want, just track it. That way you know exactly, so that way we could customize it more to you. And then the first goal was, all right, these are your averages. Now let's hit these consistently. So we hit them consistently, I lost weight, we raised. Hit it consistently, lost weight, we raised. Did that for 13 weeks, as you see. And then I hit the plateau where I stopped losing weight, and I was consistent, so we went into a cut. And now what we're doing is we're building back up again. So if you look at this, so week 23, 24, let's come over here. Let's keep going. And now I got even better at my, look how good those macros are now. Pretty much everything's the exact same. That's when it was like getting closer to the end of the challenge. It's like, I'm just gonna eat the same thing every day. I wanna win. So this is where it gets really cool. So again, most people, what they do is they just keep cutting calories to lose weight. But with this method right here, if you remember, so week 38 is kind of when I got there. So if you remember, my very first day, on average, I was eating 2,300 calories, but I was 206 pounds. Now, on week 38, I'm back to 2,200 calories, 2,300 calories, but this time I'm 180 to 182, right? And that is what absolutely blew my mind, and that is why it is so easy, much easier for me to keep my results, because I'm eating like a normal person. I'm not starving myself. It was just one small period of cutting the calories, but then learning how to build it back up. So now, I mean, I don't have this on now, but here I am, and today I'm eating 23, 24, 2,500 calories, and I'm still like 185 to 190. Where before, again, I was eating 2,200 calories at 206. So the biggest mistake that most people make is, one, they're like, all right, I need to lose weight, so let me just start cutting my calories. And so they cut their calories. And then they hit a plateau. I'm like, oh, I guess I need to cut my calories again. So they cut their calories again. Oh, hit a plateau, and they keep cutting their calories over and over again. And so finally they hit their goal weight, but they're only eating 1,000 calories and they're starving. And they don't know how to raise their calories because they're so scared to gain the weight back, right? But with this method, this is how not only can you lose the weight you want, but also eat as much as you want. That's what I tell everyone who joins our program, is like, my goal for you is I'm going to teach you how you can eat as much as you can while staying as lean as you can, because that is how you can build a lifestyle around that, where you eat like an adult, right? That's one thing my coach kept telling me over and over again. Eat like an adult. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Eat ingredients, not just foods with ingredients. And you do that, and your life will take over. All right, so hopefully this one was helpful. It might have been a lot of information. Again, if you're like, just don't understand any of this, it's okay. Go back to, I believe it was day 5, and just follow that plan for now. And when that plan doesn't work, then go back to day 6 and learn how I got that. And then when that stops working, learn what I did today on showing you what I did today on how to customize it even further. And again, if you guys want help and if you just want us to hold your hand for you, we have so many programs to start you off with, but the best one is our 21-day challenge. It's just go to 8to12poundsdown.com. Do our online version. It's only $47, and for 21 days straight we're going to show you exactly what to do, and you just have to do it. If you want to take things up a notch where we hold your hand to do it for you, that is our 6-week program. You can message me about that if you want, or just start with the 21-day challenge, and then you could within this challenge you could actually win a free 6-week challenge along with over $2,000 worth of prizes. All right, so it's just a little fun. It's a challenge, and we'll crush it. So if you guys have any questions about anything, please let me know. If you found this last 7 days valuable, please comment down below. Please let me know. Please share one of these videos with your friends, and give me a shout out on social media. I would love that. That way we could help more people around the world that want the same help as you do. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Peace.